Hello everyone, welcome to another Vlogtober video. Ooh, I'm trying to do, my brain is like feeling really frazzled at this current moment because it is a Monday. I'm trying to plan for like my week ahead. So I've been kind of working in my Hobonichi a little bit this morning, my planner journal, making to-do lists, figuring out what I'm filming, editing, and the big thing, clearing off my space here, both mentally and my studio space, to get the Oracle cards back out. It is a Monday, it is the start of October. It's the whole reason why I'm doing Vlogtober, is to motivate myself to work on the Oracle project, which I'm going to get to today. That is going to be the main thing that I work on today. I'm stepping on a dog bone, one of Olive's little duty bones. Duty bone, there's a throwback for you. My folks who have been here a long time, you know what I'm talking about when I say that. But before I start taking out the Oracle cards, because there's a couple things that I'm gonna do with that, I need to get all the cards out and just assess where I'm at. I have a bunch that are finished, I have a bunch that are in progress, and then I have a bunch that I wanna create from scratch. So I need to really like just make a list. I mean, like, I'm a big list maker. I need to make a big list of everything. I haven't really documented anywhere these categories of cards, like what's done, what needs to be done, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm thinking about doing is making those lists in my new Hobonichi for next year. So in order for me to do that, I need to start filming a video for Patreon that's basically like, hey, I'm breaking into my planner, here we go. Because I have a bunch of new things that I want to put in my new Hobonichi, my A5 for next year. So I think I need to do that sort of simultaneously. So I'm gonna get out the Oracle cards, start to organize those, and then at the same time, I'm also gonna film a plan with me video for Patreon to start to set up my planner for next year, which will include listing all of the Oracle cards and getting myself sort of straight away. I feel like I need to get myself straightened out is what needs to happen. But first, two quick things. It is noon now. What I wanna do is, number one, get my dinner going. I'm getting a crock pot out and I'm gonna do some crock pot chicken noodle soup because I have that beautiful broth that I did a couple of days ago. I've already taken one of my big Tupperwares out to defrost, and it's the perfect thing to just throw into a crock pot. And it actually is like kind of chilly out today. It feels like fall, and I have all the ingredients to make that. So I wanna go ahead and get that started now so that come dinner time, it's ready to go. So I need to get my crock pot going for dinner, future me, later tonight. And number two, I believe a package has arrived on my doorstep and I'm very excited about it. So let's take a look. Ooh, ooh, it's book of the month, baby. Yes. And although I should be saving this for like my October reading vlog, I'm too excited. So we're just gonna open it up right now. Let me put you up here. I must say, book of the month brings me a lot of joy. And I've only had it for 1 month, but I'm still so excited about it. You'll notice this box is a little bit bigger because I added on a book that I really want to read, that I feel like a lot of people have been talking about and really loving, and that I think would be perfect for this month to read, to add to my giant October TBR. So let me show you what I picked for October. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. Now, I have not read anything from this author. I do have Spells for Forgetting, and I'm saving that to read in like November, December. It'll be interesting when I get to this. I don't know when I'm gonna get to this. This might also be like a November, December situation, but I thought that it was kind of interesting. Let's see, after her grandmother's death, June discovers a series of cryptic clues regarding her mother's disappearance, except these only lead to more questions. I believe this was the romance pick, if I remember correctly. The Unmaking of June Farrow, Adrienne Young delivers a brilliant novel of romance, mystery, and a touch of the impossible, a story you will never forget. It sounded a little bit magical, a little bit romance, it just sounded like a good time. It was between this one and something else. There was another one that I was on the fence about. I don't know. This is the one that I picked for October. So this was my book of the month October pick. And then I added on, this was the book that I was really excited about, that I feel like a lot of people are talking about, and I almost got it at Barnes & Noble. So many times I've wanted to, I pick it up, I look at it, and then I put it back down. But it was an add-on option for book of the month, so I was like, you know what, let's just do it, this is perfect. It's The Vampires of El Norte. I feel like a lot of people are talking about this. And I've also seen that it is very much a romance book. Like, I think it has a spooky element, but it really does lean heavily as a romance, and to go into that go into it knowing that that's sort of the main story, because I think some people go into it thinking it's like a really cool like Mexican Gothic vampire kind of story, which I think it is, but it leans heavy on the romance side of things. So I'm really, really excited about this. This was a book of the month book for like a couple months ago, I think. And again, I just saw it everywhere and people were really, really raving about it. This author also wrote The Hacienda, which I also have been tempted to pick up and read, but I really want to read this one first. That was my 2 book of the month club picks. Oh my God, I love it. It's also so satisfying as you get these books that they like line up, the logo lines up at the top. I'm like really obsessed. I also just like the way that these are printed. Like the text is really nice and big, but not too big, and the pages feel nice, and like they're really nice hardcover books that I really enjoy. So book of the month has been just such a nice fun treat to myself. This is not sponsored. I wish it was sponsored. Again, book of the month. Please consider sponsoring me. I make pretty decent videos. I mean, I'm decently entertaining, I think. I would love to make videos for you. Just, you know, hit me up. Just hit me up, book of the month. Hit me up. So yeah, I'm excited to add that to my pile. Obviously not sponsored, but I will put a referral link down below. I think, I don't know if you get something or I get something, I don't know. It's just the generic like send a book to a friend referral link thing. That's down below if you wanna partake in my newest obsession, which is book of the month. All right, I'm going to switch gears now and get my crock pot going. So I'm gonna go get the chicken soup going and then come back in here and hunker down and really get into the Oracle card mood. That is the focus. That is the focus this month. The Occupied Oracle. I'm gonna do it. Okay. This cover is just beautiful. Both these covers. Look at these covers. These are beautiful. These are beautiful. Wow, look at the backs too. That's very cool. Anyways, okay. Here we go. Okay, I have been busy. I have been filming both a planner setup video, which is very exciting. I wanted to start doing some of my Occupied Oracle stuff in this planner. So that means I needed to start filming the setup video. What I did, and I haven't done this, and it felt really nice to do it, was just sort of take inventory of the project itself. What do I have done? What needs to be done, etc. Where it sits currently, I have 25 cards completed, totally done. I have 3 more in progress, very far in progress, and I'll show you those in a minute. That brings me to 28 cards. I'm trying to have 31. I really don't have that much left to do. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, when I've been saying I don't have a lot to do on this project, I really genuinely don't. My goal was to have at least 31 cards because I thought that that was kind of fun and a spooky number. So with the 3 cards in progress, that just leaves me 3 cards that I need to kind of create from scratch. I don't know. That's very doable, guys. Very, very doable. Maybe I'll push myself to do a little bit more. Maybe. I think it's going to depend on my sketching, what I end up sort of sketching out. Did I bring that sketchbook over here? Yes, I did. I do all of my Oracle House sketching in my sketchbook club sketchbook, which is on Patreon. So the sketches of all of these houses have been done on camera on Patreon. So these are all of the original sketches of the houses done in pencil, which is pretty wild that I haven't gone back and there's a wolf coming out of it. It's kind of wild I haven't gone back and inked these things. I probably should at some point. But I have pages of all of the original houses in here, which is really cool. but I can fit 8 houses per spread, and I have 1 spread left in here. Oh, there goes something else. Oh, some carnivorous plants. I have 1 spread left here that I can fit 8 houses on. So I kind of made a separate like wish list post-it note of houses that I might want to sketch in this sketchbook, which is like, maybe I will do just 8, or at least I'll sketch 8 and just see what I like the best. I don't know. But I've sort of broken my wish list into 2 sections. Kind of my priority ones that I want to try to sketch first, then my sort of second backup batch of ones that maybe I'll draw and pull from, or maybe not. Because the next batch of houses that I definitely want to sketch, I have 5 of them. So maybe I'll throw in an extra 3 just to sketch 8 to fill up the space. I know that sounds crazy, but I just feel like it's the best way to like utilize this spread. And then yeah, just see where we go from there. But I can show you the ones that are in progress. They're really far along. I have the houses already sketched, I have backgrounds already started, and what needs to happen is sort of the illustration of the houses on the label paper that I hand draw on, and then just adding more to the background as needed. So let me give you kind of the progress of these 3. The 3 that I have in progress is Little Shop of Horrors, Haunted Mansion, and 13 Ghosts. But let me give you a little up-close tour of how they're looking. By the way, as I've been working, I've been watching Sister Wives. It's like my #1 trash TV that I love to have on in the background. Anywho, here are the in-progress cards. So first up we have Little Shop of Horrors, which I think is really fun. I've, you know, obviously leaned into the plants, the brick, pink and green. I just thought it was kind of a fun combination of things. Like, I mean, how fun is that? The green and the pink up here is like some of my favorite. I cut all those little things out. So we got Little Shop of Horrors. Then we have Haunted Mansion, which you know I'm going to love. There's the background with some of like some wrought iron that I sort of cut out with kind of candles and whatnot. And then we have the house itself, which I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite house sketches, and this took me a while. My patrons can vouch because they saw me sketch this, and it did take me some finagling to get it to kind of that spot, but it's shaping up to be one of my favorites that I've done. I mean, really no surprise, let's be honest. This one is a bit of a deep cut. This is 13 Ghosts, which they don't show the house in 13 Ghosts, and I'm talking about the remake, one of my favorites. They don't show the house very often in the remake. You just get like 2 brief little glimpses of it, and I had to look at screenshots from the film. I've played pretend a bit on how this house might look if you approach it from the front, because in the film, you really only see it from this side looking this way, as though you're pulling up in a car over here, and you see like this side of the wall and the front part over here. I think there's one quick overhead shot where you see this sort of perspective, but it's really, really brief. This is just gonna be one of those cards in the deck that you either recognize it or you don't. You know, there's a couple of them that are in there. Silence of the Lambs house is one, Suspiria is another. But this is just one that I had to include because I love this movie and it's so spooky and weird that I really wanted to include it. And it's just different. It's a different shaped house. And I thought having a glass house as part of an oracle deck of houses is also kind of cool. So you can see the background on this one. I leaned into, again, glass, sort of constellation sort of stuff that reminded me of like the rings that's, you know, towards the end of the film or whatever. Same with like maps and blueprints and whatnot. So yeah, so they're pretty far along. So I think actually where these 3 are at currently, I need to do the ink illustration. So that might be what I prioritize for tomorrow, is getting these sketches out and getting them all inked out. So yeah, I think that's my game plan, is that tomorrow I will ink those out. Then I think the next day I'll take some time to sketch the next batch of houses so that at least I have kind of a couple of things going at the same time, which I think is wise. Again, I'm so far along on this. I'm definitely getting to a point as well where I need to start actually brainstorming what the meanings of each of these cards is. And I have a rough idea kind of in my mind, but I really need to start roughing it out and writing it down and making it come to life. So I'm realizing that I think that that's gonna be a big part of this month too, is like assigning the meaning to the cards. While also trying to do the physical artwork component of it. It felt really nice just to sit and assess all this. I know it might seem counterproductive, but it really wasn't, because it gave me like a really good bird's eye view of what I need to do and what I need to kind of prioritize. Also in other news, my house smells amazing. My crock pot has been doing its thing in the kitchen, and I just smell it like wafting into my studio here, and it smells absolutely amazing. So I'm really thrilled about dinner later tonight. Well, my soup turned out good, but not amazing. It was not my best batch. I forgot celery and I didn't get any parsley. So it was kind of missing a few key things, but it was still a decent dinner overall, so it was fine. And more importantly, I didn't have to do much because it was in the crock pot. That said, it is nighttime now. I am going to settle into the couch and read and then gear up for another workday tomorrow. Looking forward to really diving into those Oracle cards again. It felt nice today to at least like check in on the project and really see the big picture of what it is that I need to do. More on that as we continue into Vlogtober. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, consider subscribing. I'm doing a video almost every day during the month of October for Vlogtober. Otherwise, I put out a new video every week. Like this video if you liked it, leave a comment for me down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.